It's KARK 4 today.
Happening this weekend, the Museum of Discovery is debuting its largest exhibit, a two-story climber. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Claire Kreitz is live here this morning from the Museum of Discovery to give us a preview. And Claire, where are you at? Story 1, story 2? Let us know what's going on.
Hey, good morning, DJ. Yeah, I'm in story 2 in this nice little bubble here with Thomas. Tell me a little bit about this climber.
We are about to debut this tomorrow morning, so Saturday, November 19th, we're going to debut this awesome 3-tower, 2-story climber. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a great way for our families to have a new hands-on exhibit here at the Museum of Discovery.
Yeah, and you touched on this. All about hands-on here at Museum of Discovery. What are kids going to be learning in this climber? Oh,
climbers have so much to learn, and it may not be obvious right at the get-go. It looks like just like a big old jungle gym, but really the Museum of Discovery is all about hands-on engagement. So if you've been to our museum, you see that we've got different experiments and activities to do at our exhibits throughout the museum. Well, this is the same thing, but instead of necessarily manipulating something maybe on like a tabletop, they're manipulating it with their body. So they're learning all about physics, forces of motion, friction and traction, all intuitively as they play on this.
This is so cool, and now it's all connected to you. You can get to any spot from any spot.
That's right. So there's tunnels. We may check that out a little bit later. And there's bridges that connect the different towers. But parents, you can be happy about this. All of the entrances and exits are on the lower level, so you're not going to have a kiddo escaping on that top level for you.
Always good to hear. Well, in the next half hour, we'll talk even more about the climber, show you some more parts of it. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, it looks fun. We might have to go out there at the end of the show, see what it's all about. Yeah. What do you think? A little road trip down there? Just down the street?
Make that happen.
See who can get up there faster?
Competition. Discovery has a new exhibit opening tomorrow. Listen to this. It's a 2-story climber, the largest exhibit in the museum's history. Well, at least more than 90 years, that is. Our Claire Kreitz is live there this morning. Claire, you're already having fun the first time we saw you. What you got for us this time?
Hey, good morning, DJ. I'm back with Thomas, and we are outside of the climber right now, but there's a lot of different ways you can get up into this thing.
That's right. We've got 5 separate entrances, but the good news, I mentioned that they are all on the lower level, so there's not going to be an instance where a kid starts on the bottom and then finishes out at the top and then leaves through the top. It's all entrance and exits on the lower level. We've got 5 different ones, and they have different types of challenges to them. This climber is designed for ages 5 to 12-year-olds roughly, and this is focusing on some gross motor skills. So you'll see, like right here, we've got a ramp that has these rubber donuts on them. And the kids will pretty quickly learn that this wood is very slippery. So this is going back to that idea of traction and friction. And so they're going to have to explore the different surfaces to figure out how they're going to place their feet, how they're going to establish their balance to be able to get up this ramp. It's quite steep. So going up is a little bit easier. Coming down is even harder.
Yeah.
Throughout the different entrances, we've got some that have webbing, this really strong kind of cargo net type rope. So you'll be able to see kids exploring how they need to place their feet or their hands, where they want to get their stabilization from, and really how they even need to move their arms and legs in a certain pattern to be able to get through it. So lots of dynamic movement at the different entrances and exits of the tunnels.
All right, well, I'm going to send it back to you, and let's go on up, right?
You got it.
Whoa. Don't follow too close now. Look at that. Whoa, watch out now. It's easy, easy. What, y'all were thinking it. We'll be right back after the break.
It's KARK 4 today.
Happening this weekend, Museum of Discovery is debuting its largest exhibit. It's a 2-story climber. Now, people may not know what a climber is, Claire Kreitz. Can you detail exactly what that means?
Hey, good morning, DJ. Well, you saw us on the ground floor in the last segment. Now we're actually up in the tower. First off, Thomas, tell me how hard it was to get up here in this little spot. Tell me about this little spot.
This is one of the features of our one of our towers. Yeah, it takes a little bit of dexterity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So one question, parents can come in the climber. That's one of the first questions that we get is it just for kids or can parents come in too? Absolutely. One of the things that we think is really valuable about this type of a climber, so this is a cool kind of hidey nook that a kid gets to observe other comings and goings of the museum. We've got a top spot over over here to kind of look out from, which, you know, kids really appreciate and really enjoy. But the thing is, they actually have to get up here. Now, if you've got a 5 or a 6-year-old, they may look all the way up there and be like, ooh, that's really high. That's kind of scary. So what this does is it provides a goal for them to get to physically, to get all the way up. And that can be intimidating. That can be a little bit scary for them. And so they have to take risks. And that's what this is all about, is taking risks in a safe environment. And that's going to build confidence if they're able to overcome those obstacles, those literal obstacles, to be able to get all the way up here.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I mean, there's some tight spaces, there's some, you know, suspending bridges. What are some of the highlights to get even up to this spot?
There's different ways to get up. So you've got the cargo netting on some parts of the climber, and then you've got these kind of staggered platforms. And so the kids are looking at that, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to be able to get from one spot to the next, and that's basic problem solving.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in the next half hour, we'll talk even more about the climber, but for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Is anyone else amazed about how comfortably they're both sitting in Indian style?
Yeah.
Like, can you sit like that? I haven't been able to do that since 3rd grade.
My knees hurt.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. All right. Museum of Discovery. They have a new exhibit. It's opening tomorrow. It's a 2-story climber. And the exhibit in the museums is the biggest one in the 90-year history. So we got some good things to talk about. Claire, what you got for us this round?
Hey, good morning, DJ. Yeah, we made it into the other tower, back with Thomas. Now, tell me a little bit, okay, when does this open? When should people come out?
That's a very good question. This opens tomorrow, Saturday, November 19th, to our public. So it's likely going to be a little busy. It's going to be a little chilly this weekend, so there's probably going to be a lot of folks coming into the museum, which we love. If you're a family planning when to come to the climber, interesting note, we're going to be open on Mondays all the way through the holiday season. So starting tomorrow, we're going to be open Mondays. Normally we're closed on Mondays. So if you want a time that's likely to be a little bit calmer, maybe avoid that Saturday morning crowd that likes to come to the museum. Give maybe Monday or Tuesday a try if that works within the schedule, especially with the holiday breaks. We'll also be doing some extra programming throughout the holiday. So when you come, hopefully you'll get to see some really cool stuff, like maybe some of our animals. This climber is debuting now, but it's going to be around for a really long time, so it's going to be just as cool next week as it is tomorrow morning.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that does it here for us at Museum of Discovery. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you so much, Claire. Having fun there.